There you are. How are you all doing, folks? Cheers. A little Angry Birds cup going on here today with some fizzy water. How is everybody doing? See if I have gone live yet. Yes, watch now. I am live. Let me turn the sound off there. How's everybody doing? Yes, I got the green light, so I should be live. And I should have sound. We are going to do Trackmaster. Before we do anything here, we got a pretty heavy box here from Carrera. And then a light box from LEB. Sweeping the track on Father's Day. Someone should have done this for me. We only do one lane around here because it is just me. It is just me. I'll put my cones back up. There's somebody. John Tucci. Hey, John, how you doing? What do we have? 12 people. Good Sunday, everybody. Been a while since I had a live stream. Lots of work, lots of baseball and such. Lots of baseball and other things. Yes, DeFingers. There he is. The man of the hour. DeFingers. The man of every hour. He is always on, no matter what live stream you're looking at. The man. The myth, the legend. We are jumping right in. Yes, happy Father's Day, Crit. Whoa! We're starting off with a digital 124 car. That's definitely what that is. That's a large one. And two 132. One Evo, two Evo. Very cool. Very cool. Add to box collection. Which reminds me, I gotta clean out boxes. Gotta give away some more stuff. Let's do the 124 car. Haven't seen one of those. Yes, Chuck. Hello, Paxton. Hello, Phil. Hello, Cuthbert. And DeFingers and John Tucci. Already saw you all there. Whoa, baby. That looks really good. This is the 124 RSR Carrera liveried something or other. Hey, Slaughter. Hey, Dave. How are you today? Oh, man. Been working in the garden. Did something to my knee. Hey, Frankie. Frankie tomatoes. That's what I like. Tomatoes. I'm going to be planting tomatoes in my garden tomorrow, probably. Not tonight. I had hoped to do it today, but we went out to lunch. My sister is visiting with her boyfriend, fiance, and my niece, who is absolutely adorable little girl. And so we went out with my wife, my son, my sister, her boyfriend, and my niece and my mom. So it was more Kennedy / Livingstons than you can imagine, all together at once. Most of my family were Livingston, and Kennedy was my anyway. You all don't care. This is a beautiful 124 car. This is the latest one from Carrera. It's a Sidewinder. As we know, they do that with their 124 scale cars. Still not entirely sure why. Oh, man. They have this kind of odd drop arm that they've done for years, which actually probably gives you better contact than a lot of the 132 cars they do, because their guide assembly on the 132 cars is a little too high, and it always kind of has been. You really got to get these brushes under control here. Anyway, these things are absolutely beautiful. The quality on these is really impressive. Yeah. And they run pretty well. I'm just going to leave the magnets in this one. Now this thing, oh boy, there's all kinds of detail on there. Huh. These cars prefer a higher RPM or a higher amount of voltage. Technically, the rated voltage on these is a higher RPM. It's an 18,000, or no, it's an 18-volt motor. So you really want to jump this up from about 15 volts to definitely 18 volts. Oh, yeah. So let's talk about Carrera. So Peter Lafrano asks, without being too specific, with info not for public consumption, does the news you got give me plans? You got about Carrera plans? Give a reason for me not to for me to stick with Carrera platform and not to switch to Scale Auto. So your question really perplexes me because if you were a Carrera person, the only reason to stay would be if you're digital. Carrera's track is just about as wide, or sorry, is a little wider. Scale Auto, actually, Scale Auto track. I mean, Scale Auto track definitely would have a better grip. I don't. Uh, but why would you switch though? That's the main thing. Why, if you already have a big Carrera track, why would you need to switch? I don't like the idea of people switching. You're digital, then don't switch because there's not going to be any Scale Auto digital stuff anytime that I know of. They're out and out hobbyist racing, not digital, which is not a hobbyist, really hobbyist stuff like Scale Auto is. That's not, there's no reason for you to switch ever from Carrera because nobody is ever going to have the range of digital stuff that Carrera has. I mean, Polycar might at some point with the oxygen system, but that's a very different system that costs a lot more money. Yeah, I would stick with Carrera, man. Yeah, but if you're digital, it doesn't matter, Peter. They don't make digital stuff, so I don't know why you would switch from Scale Auto, would switch to Scale Auto. That doesn't make any sense to me. So let's get some voltage here, shall we? We can do that. What lane are we on here? Well, I guess it's not independent, so it doesn't matter. We are at 18. Boy, it's a touchy little dial there. Holy cow, 18 volts. Adapter piece, excuse me for burping. Adapter piece. No, that makes no sense. Why switch? You have good track already. It makes no sense to switch. Don't switch. That makes no sense. But we got to do the thing with the switch. The other switch, digital to analog switch. That it's not a digital to analog switch, according to some people. Even though after I switch this switch to the forward position and engage it a number of times, it switches from digital to analog. Look at that. Whoa, there's a lot. Oh boy. Okay, we got way too much. Huh. To dial way back on the brake because we got total brake. We got no coast whatsoever. This car is pretty fun on here actually with the magnet. Go way back on the sensitivity so we can get a little bit less on and off switch. Less on and off. There we go. That feels nice. Oh, yeah. I like it. New RSR 124 from Carrera. Runs really well. It's still got the magnet. Still got the magnet. Yeah, there's never going to be a digital standard. Don't even. That's a dead horse. It's been long beaten to death. Each company comes from a different country. Each company is dominant in their own market. There is no reason, no chance, no how, no way that they would all have a digital standard. It makes no sense. This car is really nice. Yes, it still has a magnet. At 18 volts, this is a goer. It sticks really well to my track. And this is, yeah, this goes really nicely, even with the stock tires, which I'm sure would pick up a little more speed. Hey, yes, Father's Day. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten it was Father's Day, honestly. Well, I hadn't forgotten. Hey, Slot Car Fun. Very cool videos recently, Slot Car Fun. I've been enjoying this stuff, Slot Car Fun. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice little car. It's a beautiful, nice big car. It's a beautiful finish. I definitely the finish on this is fantastic. The body details are absolutely fantastic. The shapes look really good. Um, yeah, this is a nice one. Yes, it's still got the magnet. But I mean, on my track, 18 volts. It's exactly 18. Is it 18.1? Uh, no, it's exactly 18 volts. So it's got it's got a lot of snap. I still am accelerating when I have to brake down here at the end. So there's a lot of performance in the car, it feels like. The headlights and the taillights are nice and bright. Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. It's nice and quiet. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't take the one. I don't want to do that much to this car. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be racing this thing competitively, or I'll probably I'll put it. I have a diecast, Flying Lizard diecast, one 18 scale one that Auto Art sent me a few years ago. Probably put this with that. But this is a beautiful car. The headlight lenses are really nice. Definitely sets off the nose of the car when it's going around. Really highlights the nose detail well. I'd say the lights really add to that. Yeah, so there's a lot of good detail. There's a lot of good detail on this guy. Huh, interesting. That's cool stuff. Ow, man, my knee. Oh, man, my knee is just killing me. Twisted it or something yesterday while I was weeding. Getting my garden ready for cherry tomatoes. Gonna do a ton of cherry tomatoes back in the garden. What we call garden is actually a garden. It's not just a backyard. Where Brits call the garden is the backyard. But when Americans say garden, we mean a garden, not just the yard that a garden might be in. English is a really weird language. It really is. What do we have here? This. Okay. This is the first I think I'm seeing the Vantage. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. So GT3, Carrera of America sent me all these cars, by the way. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I talked with, oh yeah, so I should talk about Carrera a little bit, shouldn't I? So, I had a nice long talk with Carrera yesterday, with Carrera of America, with the president of Carrera of America, the new president, the guy, not anyone that I've ever worked with. The guy's name is Frank Thiessen, and he's a really good guy. And we had a long talk, and so there's I mean, he told me about the controllers, which I did the video about, and the big news is just basically about the controllers being re-released. People got too caught up in this or that specific. Well, why would I switch? I don't even have Carrera. Then why are you even responding to this? That doesn't even make any sense to me. If you're not none of the Carrera system doesn't affect you, why complain about it? Just stop. So, and then there was a couple comments about the power source, which is going to be AAA batteries, which I think will help the overall feel of the controllers in the ergonomics. I mean, not the sensitivity feel, which I think is already adequate for the type of controller that it is. The excuse me, the controllers I think will be the price on the 124 scale cars is about 70 $80, something like that. Not too bad, really. um in Germany they're about 120 though, so here they're crazy cheap. um so generally what I can say is I was impressed what I heard, uh from what I was told about how the company is doing. Now I know superficially it may seem like, well, you were impressed because he told you what you wanted to hear. But he told me quite a bit about the business that because of the numbers that I know and because of the numbers of places where we were placed. For example, they were in a pretty big test with a lot of Walmarts. Um, Walmart does tests with some of their key stores, and then if the tests go well, the sales go well, then you get bumped up to more stores. So ideally, what you want is a national run. You want national placement, but you never get that initially. So there was a lot in the conversation, that and other things um, that I heard, that I guess I would say added up to the overall impression. I know that's vague, but I don't really want to talk too much about it out of respect for Frank and the company. And frankly, you all don't need to know. A lot of you probably wouldn't understand if it's a hard thing to explain, and just the overall feeling of what I was hearing, and just it was all it was all very positive, and it all sounds very hopeful. And from what I know of other companies, which is the other part of this, um, they're not doing what I heard Carrera is already doing. So that also leads me kind of to the next, you put all these pieces together and you get a very good sense, I think, frankly, of where they are, which is, uh, to be frank, repeating myself, in a really good place. They are probably placed better than, I mean, pretty much anybody else. There's really only one company they compete against, and that's Scalextric, um, because most of what they sell is Go and First. First is the battery operated 150th scale stuff. Go is the 143rd electrically operated stuff. And they sell a lot of that. And I mean a lot of it. We sold a lot of it when we were there. I've talked about the numbers before. I mean, we sold about 250,000 sets into North America one year, which 100% made us the biggest company in North America, because no other company and no other slot car company is doing even 10% of that. I would be surprised if they did. So, uh, yeah, there's a lot going on. Um, there's a lot they're doing, and I was given kind of hints, obviously, off the record stuff about um, kind of maybe where they're going next year, just generally, and probably what I'll be seeing. I'll be going to Toy Fair this year in New York. No, not anywhere else. Which is I think in October maybe, and I got moved from when was it? Usually March or something like that it's kind of like the first toy show of the year, and it's just it's I don't want to say shocking, because that has some negative connotations. But I'm pleased. I'm really pleased with what they're doing. Um, on the other side of that, and I did bring up with Frank, with the president of Carrera America, my concerns that I've been pretty outspoken with, about the lack of new digital products, the lack of new digital accessories, um, and how most of the digital accessories had been brought out even before I was at the company. So that was like 2009 was the last time anything really substantive had been released by Carrera as far as digital stuff goes. They've released a couple things here and there, but those weren't really like a check lane. That's all very kind of second tier product stuff that never, it's not really great stuff. Um, Regardless, I do expect that we will see some surprising, very surprising stuff that will make a lot of people happy. I mean, if you don't like Carrera, whatever, ignore it because you're not going to like it. You're not going to think it's cool. You're going to think it's dumb if you're only into like NSR or slotted or scale auto or pick your hobbyist car poison. It's not going to be for you. Digital is probably not for you. If you're a digital hobbyist, if you're a Carrera file, if you're a Carrera fan, if you're a Carrera nut, I think you're going to be really happy. I really do. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good stuff. I really do. And Frank is pushing for more American cars in the line. I mean, that's his job. You know, his job is to build. He's a German guy, I believe. I don't think he's Austrian, but if he's here, feel free to correct me, Frank. He does watch. But in any case, I mean, it's his job to build the business here in North America, U.S., Canada, technically Mexico, of course, because that's North America as well. But they don't really sell anything in Mexico. So yeah, I mean, it was a very positive conversation. It was a very hopeful conversation, I guess I would say. And holy cow, no, I don't know why people ask this stuff, Michael. I'm not piling on you, Michael. They will never make. If you're in the sound of my voice, please, dear God, never ask this question again, and pass it on in the strongest possible terms. They will never make a trigger controller. Please stop asking. They will never make slotted style cars. Please don't ask. It is not their business. You don't want them to make that kind of car. It makes no sense for them to make that kind of car. I'm not dumping on you for asking, Michael, but I mean, well, I guess I sort of am, but this is not their business. They will not make that. It is like McDonald's making 4-star Michelin style food. It is not their thing. Please pass that on. Okay? Sorry, guys. That's a bit of a rant. Yes, I've had it. I've absolutely had it. I mean, that's a little strong, I know, but you don't want them making slotted cars. You don't want slotted making cheap beginner cars like this. They tried. You didn't buy them. You don't want them. In any case, they're not going to do it. They're also not going to make thumb controllers or trigger controllers. There's no need to make that kind of car. Exactly. The hobbyist cars already do that. It makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. Right off because it's 18 volts. That's why. Right off the bat, this car goes really, really fast. We doubled the voltage. That's why. Also, too, we're dropping back down to 9. There we go. Whew. I feel much better. Back down to 9 volts. Great conversation starter. Yes, Michael. Yes. I don't fault you the question. But now, sir, you and everyone else here all 68 of you have the mission. You have the the reason to live, the raison d'être, the reason to be. You will always pass on the message. Whenever somebody says, "I wish Carrera would make a trigger controller," the first thing you say, "No, you don't." It's part of their business identity to make a thumb plunger controller, guys. It's in their damn logo. Stop asking for it. Stop asking for it, please. And the same way with making this kind of car. You don't want them making this kind of car. You don't know what you're saying. If they made this kind of car, you know how much it would cost? $90. Buy an NSR. You already got a car, that's fine. Oh, much slower. Yeah, because that's oh, and it's got the magnets still in it, of course. That's why it's a little pokey. It feels like this has got quite a bit of magnet. It doesn't feel like it's really very heavy. And I think my scale is, I think the power had finally puked. Well, oh, the power's on. Oh, wait, not that controller, you idiot. Okay. Oh, and then the brakes off. We got all kinds of problems here. We got all kinds of, and the power's way down. Oh, we got all kinds of problems. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? We got here tear. We got to zero this out. Nope. Nope. What are we doing here? Come on, zero. Okay, we'll just take there we go. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. 113 grams. That is not light. You're pulling my trigger exactly. 113 grams. That's pretty heavy. 113 grams. Carrera C6, 102. So yeah, so this is 10 grams heavier. 10 grams heavier. I mean, there's a wing on here, so I mean, maybe add a gram to this. So yeah, I mean, about from going from the Aston to the C6, or sorry, C7 Corvette, you're going you're dropping 10 grams. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean, the car goes nicely, but it's definitely I mean, it does feel heavy on the track. I mean, that was evident when I was going around. It is nice and smooth, which, I mean, that's great. So what else we have here? We have an M6, really. M6 GT3. Okay. Yeah, this is the latest. Latest and greatest. Hello, Marty. Hello, Raul. Hello, John Boy. Hello. Yeah, Retro Racer? Andy. Hey, Andy. Cheers. Hey, Steve. Thanks for showing up. GT3 day in 124 and 132. We got the impact wrench. Oh, man, on this one, sort of. Jeez. I mean, most people prefer a trigger controller. All the home set controllers are kind of shit, though. So you want aftermarket controllers as soon as you are able. They're definitely a lot better. The build quality is much better. The sensitivity is much better. And they're, yeah. Anyway, GT3 day. How do we like this car? This has got a very heavy magnet. I can hear it really pulling on the, yeah, the car doesn't accelerate real well. I shouldn't say that. It accelerates pretty nicely, but it definitely, yeah, well, not all their cars melt. I've only seen a few of them that have, and I had like about 800 Carrera cars here at one time, and only had maybe 4 cars with melty tires, and they were all one type of car. So I mean, I had hundreds and hundreds of cars here at one point. GT3 M6 BMW Valkenhorst. The wing is not seated properly. Well, I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay. Anyway, it's a nice livery. I like that. It's an M6. I do prefer the M4, I think, a little better. But the M6 has got really nice detail. It's got some beautiful detail on the bottom of the wing there. Nice. I like that. No, you can mention magnets. It's okay. People like magnets. It's all right. I'm allowed to mention anything I want here. They do make pretty cars. They absolutely do. They make some of the best models of cars, 100%. The finish on them is also probably the best. I mean, it's certainly best for the price. You can't touch a car this beautiful for $50. I mean, yeah. So anyway, okay, yeah, I have a bunch of the McLaren M20s, and none of them have melted. Yeah, just the 9 or the 599XX Ferraris. Those melted. That was it. Yeah, so these cars were sent to me by Carrera of America. These are all beautiful cars. I wanted to get one of these Astons from them because I had seen so many of them at Scalextric. And I mean, Carrera have really done, like I just said, they've done some of the best modeling. And 100%, these wheels are, and these are going to be really hard to see. I'm going to be taking photos of these soon, and putting them on probably Home Racing World and Slot Car Fun, and maybe 132nd Slot Car Enthusiasts. These wheels and these BMW wheels, and the wheels also on the 24 scale Porsche over here, the wheels are extraordinary. The detail, I mean, is absolutely extraordinary. Yeah, it might depend on. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Retro. It depends on the car. My scratch building has slowed to a stop, John, because of work, because of working the newspaper work, which is my full time job, and then the baseball season started. So my work for the baseball team has definitely picked up, and I've been working. I've been working a lot. That's my first time off in quite a while. Not Brian. I don't want to start something here. Well, Ferraris in real life, maybe, but not Carrera stuff. That's I don't think you mentioned made. I don't think that's what you mean, but we're not implying that here, and I won't allow that to be implied here. And no problem if you're not talking about the Carrera slot cars, but we don't start rumors like that here and allow them to continue because that's not cool. Real Ferraris, yes, they're a basket case. They're a nightmare of every proportion. Yeah, the real ones. Okay, we're cool. Yep, we're cool, Brian. We're cool. We're cool. No problem. Yeah, so Carrera have done a really nice job on this Aston with the different types of texture. There's a lot of these are all decals on here. So there's some underpainted flat or probably flat color area, and definitely some really high gloss area on here on the detail on the car that makes this. These are like right along the bottom sill here, the side splitter. This is all kind of a flat color, flat gray, and it's really extraordinary with some nice small printing there on the decal and just absolutely exquisite wheel design. This, I really wish that NSR, Slot It, Scale Auto, everybody could take frankly, some notes from what Carrera is doing with the wheel, the look of the wheels, because this is really fantastic. Yeah, exactly, Raul. Exactly. I mean, everything they do is licensed. It's brought in a very kind of expensive way as well, because they have a third party distribution center. All the stuff came to me from, where is the box? Oh, jeez. My knee is absolutely killing me. Georgia. That's where the distribution center is. This is a place I believe we had looked at to do distribution for us. I think I lost my little. I did. Sorry, guys. We had looked at that place in Georgia when I was there for distribution for Carrera, and we thought it would be too expensive. It's really expensive to do third party distribution, where you send from China or from another distribution center to that warehouse in Georgia that Carrera uses, where they house everything and where all of the orders get shipped out of. All the orders that come in from the office. The office is in New Jersey, and it saves a lot of overhead to not have a warehouse yourself. But there's a lot of costs associated with it when you're contracting with somebody to send everything out that you are selling. It is frightfully expensive. They charge you for anyway. So this box is from LEB. This box probably is it what I asked? I had mentioned 2 cars. This is one. One's fine. Okay. This would be a decidedly more colorful, more day glow, I think. Yes. Much more pink car. Hey, there it is. There we go. This is a beauty. This is a beauty from Scale Auto. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or sorry, not Scale Auto. Sideways. What am I saying? Sideways. Racer Sideways. This is your high-end hobbyist GT3 car. And frankly, it is probably as good looking or better than the Carrera. But that's saying a lot, because really Carrera is nailing it these days, I got to say, because the Carrera Hurricane is one of my favorite slot cars, and that is a great slot car to race for kids. This is a great hey Ronaldo, hello to Miami. Racer Sideways, beautiful new release of the Hurricane. And the lights actually are capturing it here. It's maybe not quite as bright a pink, but whatever. I mean, it's beautiful. I do love me some Lamborghinis. This is a beautiful car. This car is a keeper. This car is a winner, I hope. I mean, it's certainly beautiful. And Lamborghinis the GT3s are absolutely some of my favorite cars. And again, just right out of the box. Oh, might be dragging a little bit. Oh, it's definitely might be the guide, actually. What have we here? What have we going on? This is a beautiful car, though. Oh, okay. We're going to do a little body. Half a turn. Oh, this is the pod. This car has flathead screws on the pod. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So there we are. This is an angle winder with a big block. It's got the usual up and down adjustments on the front axle. It's got a ton of rear axle adjustment. We're going to do a tiny drop of super lube on there in all the appropriate places. You can get at this car's everything, basically from the top, which is nice. How do the front wheels? Hey, look at that. Front wheels spin nicely. Oh yeah, the guide's definitely. I think the guide's hitting bottom. There is some. Whoa. This braid looks like just like SCX Pro braid. Hell of freaking Luya. Wow, is that a thing? Did they nail it? Honestly, I think they did, guys. Uh-oh. Does this have a magnet? It does not. Thank goodness. I mean, anyway, no lights. Sticks like glue. Ooh, baby. This is a nice one. Wow. Right out of the box. Oh man. Woo! This is sweet. We got a bucket load of potential here. That's always my favorite. Yeah, me too, retro. Me too, baby. SCX Pro braid is best braid. That stuff still is the best stuff you can't buy. This is a good car. This is a really good car. Yeah. I had one of these and I did a little bit of driving with it, but I guess it kind of got overshadowed quickly. But yeah, I mean, these Hurricanes are right up there for me with probably the Ferrari, the newest Ferrari. That was the 299, the brand new GT car. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, Michael. Especially on Polycar track, this car is gonna stick. This I don't know. They do their own rubber, or is this slotted rubber here? I forget. It's probably sideways. It's probably their own rubber. Definitely with a little sanding. We'll find some sandpaper here. Limp along. Complain every step like an old man. Oh man, it is just killing me. Holy crap. Just going to do a little bit of light sanding here to get a little bit more. Get a little bit more of a contact patch, maybe. Well, definitely. There's definitely a little bit of. Whoa. Yeah, we got a winner here, folks. Wow. Oh, right around the hairpin. Sweet baby Jesus. Right around the hairpin. Oh, nice. Picking up a little dirt now, but still. Wow. Oh, wait. Hold on here. Hold on. Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me get the tires clean here because we got a thing happening here, I think. I really needed my timer set up. We got a thing happening here. Little speed spit working. Wake them tires up. It's still. I mean, we sand those a little bit. Yeah, we got a thing happening here, guys. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, it's still way faster down the straight, but this is very much of a feel thing. But this, yeah, it's definitely slower down the straight. But in the corner, it feels much more controllable. Yeah, now we're getting a little bit of dirt everywhere. Yeah, this is definitely there's a tremendous amount of potential here, guys. And I haven't tried the NSR tires on yet. But so the scale out these tires, the sideways tires, have a lot more grip than the NSRs do for sure. I could tell just in the first couple corners. So on this car at this moment, with this level of tuning, which is nothing, this car, scale, I keep saying scale auto, sideways, Hurricane. Check this guy out. Check this guy out, folks. Yeah. Let's open this baby up, shall we? Let's see what baby has to tell us. Ooh, that is, man, these screws are always in there so tightly. Jeez. Okay, and it is a threadless screw on the top. There's only 2 body screws in this car, which I like. So the threads only go a little bit down, and there's the rest of the shaft. Yes, I said shaft. Has no threads on it. This is a long can motor. Yeah, right. It's a long can motor. It's an angle winder. Off to work. Hey, Retro, cheers. I appreciate you showing up on this Monday morning in Australia land. And yeah, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for showing up. Fantastic. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day at work, if that's possible for you. Some people like their jobs. I do. I do. But anyway, yeah. So this car is it's got more than potential. This car is kinetic. It's not potential energy. It is kinetic energy. This is as low as this could possibly be. The tires. Wait, what's going on here? This chassis bent. It's probably just not. Well, the front axle might not be set. Well, the front axle definitely isn't set. Got some outer roundies with the tires here. Even so, this car is crazy fast. We are going to look for, and of course, my screwdrivers are all in there to do ride height adjustment. No, they're not. They're just buried like an idiot. Mine are buried. Drop this down a little bit because that axle doesn't need to really be. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Okay. Front axle is now on the track. Was off before. Get that screw a little more out. Yeah, this chassis might be warped actually. Even so, it's like dumb fast. Okay, we're also going to make sure that we have oil everywhere it should be, and nowhere it shouldn't be. Yeah, and there. There, get on there. Get on there, get on there. Get on there. Okay, cool. We have a beautifully spinning front axle. It is completely free. It has no inhibitions. Yeah, and the screws for the pod are way out on the sides, as you can see, like way out there. I do prefer the screws in the back, although timing would tell you what makes sense. And of course, we don't have timing set up because I'm lazy, and I don't even have my track timer set up. That's the app because, say it with me, I'm lazy. So let's get some rubber on here. We're just doing a quick sand here, guys. Bear with me, please. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, now we're putting the body back on. Okay, so yep, thank you very much for showing up, John. Fast Sports is out. There you go. There's the body. Pretty basic half pan interior, very lightweight body, of course, but not lacking in detail. This has lots and lots of detail. There you can see the printing on the back wing. Um, Detail level, I would say, is as good as you could expect. Finish level, again, I'd put this at about a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It's it's there are no blemishes. The paint looks fantastic. The printing looks to be all in register and perfect. Yeah, so I'd put this. I mean, if you don't like the color, that's kind of irrelevant. But as far as the finish on the car goes, I don't think you could ask for better finish. So we're going with 10 out of 10. Not that that means anything because I don't do that kind of thing. But it's perfect. It's what you would want for a car that's what does this car cost? $70, $75. It's a hobbyist grade of car. Fantastic level of detail and really good braid on here. I got to find out about this braid. If this is as close to SCX Pro braid as I've ever seen, which I believe is the best braid ever made for Homeset 132 stuff. Okay, we got a little bit of travel in the back of the body. We got a little bit of pod travel. We got the front is screwed down a little more. Very tunable, incredibly tunable car. This is like, Slotted do make modern GT3, GT4 cars. This is a very, very performing car. Cheers. Yes, John. Thanks for showing up to fingers. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. So the sound's a little different now. We got a lot of grip now. Yeah. This is these tires are wow. Oh baby. Oh wow. This almost feels like it has a magnet in it. It's that grippy. Um This car is so grippy. Go ahead, say it. Ask it. How grippy is it? It is not hitting the fencing going around the big sweeper down there. Um, yeah. We, yeah. I gotta here. Hold on. The other thing about this, the wing came pre-assembled on the car. Some of the other racer sideways cars, the wing is multiple pieces, and you have to put it together. The wing was on this car, assembled in the box. Okay, so yeah, it's slower on the straight than the NSR McLaren. However, it is much faster in the corners. The scale up. I said it again. The rubber on this thing, the sideways rubber, is much stickier than the NSR rubber. At this moment, we're gonna investigate further. Okay, NSR rubber on Scale Auto. Ha! Said it this time right. Scale Auto Piglet on the Piglet RSR. What are we going to do? Okay, we're breaking out the sandpaper again. Let's use the cleaner, newer sandpaper, shall we? Shall we, though? Yes. Ooh, that sounds a little noisier than in the sideways car also. Okay, we got some good rubber going there. It's also fairly high humidity today. That may be affecting grip. No, it's not just... Ooh, okay, well, this is a very different car. But so the Porsche is hitting the wall down there. I can hear it. Like a car is doing if it's overdriving and hits the wall, and is not... it's not nearly as tight in the corners. There's a hairpin right here, and then a little broader corner. And the sideways Lamborghini is much faster. We're going to wake up some NSR rubber here on these tires. Sand a little bit, expose some new rubber. Much better. Okay. Where are we? Well, it's got a lot faster motor, I guess. Feels much faster. Well, it is a 25K Shark. Yeah, that's quite a bit faster. Yeah, that's the problem with comparing kind of apples to apples here. We're gonna do something that may be a little closer. I'm gonna do the NSX. And someone was complaining about the NSX, about his didn't really look like it was centered. I mean, the pod, the body on mine, you can move it, so it's... I don't see what the guy was complaining about. He said that it was offset or off center, whatever. The wheel wells, I don't know. Mine's fine. And when you loosen up the body, like you should, anyway, it's going to move around. So, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Hello, Doug. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. 67 people. Very cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up on Father's Day. It's cool. Okay. Definitely a little more, kind of a more similar motor. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have as much grip. The sideways tires are just much stickier. I mean, it's obvious when you're hitting the corners. Yeah, it's just much stickier. Magnetic downforce in the motor. It's an open can motor. That's why. Yeah, that's why. That's why. There we go. It definitely helps. Yeah, it definitely helps. But the rest of these, this is an open. No, this is a closed can. It's a closed can and there's no hole. So yeah, that's why. Definitely. Hey, Dad. Here's my dad, Ira Kennedy. My dad is an amazing artist as well as a great dad, and he sells some pretty incredible artwork. We are native Texan. My dad is native Texan. I was born in New York City, but he's an amazing artist. You should check out his artwork. Oh man, my knee is just killing me. Mrs. Kennedy, that's Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy. No problem, the fingers. Yeah, it is. It is a beautiful day here in central Pennsylvania. It is in the lower 70s, very humid, not nearly as hot as in Llano. I saw it was 95, I think, in Llano today. I was looking at my phone, and I think that's what it said. My dad lives in Texas. Yeah, magnetic downforce. That's it. That's it. It's not just the tires, but it's got to be the tires too. Um, but boy, howdy. I mean, and this is a beautiful car. This is an absolutely beautiful car. Um, yes, his artwork is amazing. Um, yeah, so we got a really great batch of cars here to look at today. Obviously, the uh, the sideways is probably, um, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, personally, it's one of my favorite cars in real life. So there you go. This Carrera car, it's 124 car that they just did. I mean, again, this is absolutely stunning to look at. I think this car is going to be around maybe $80, something like that. It is. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful car. How they can make a car this beautiful with this much detail and this level of perfect finish uh, for only like $80 is amazing. They sent it to me as well. Yeah, but yeah, and at 18 volts, the car runs really nicely. It's, I mean, with the magnet, of course, but I mean, even on my track, if I were to take the magnets out and put it on my track, I'm sure it would run well. It is absolutely a beautiful car, and thank you, Carrera, for sending it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. It might just sit, but it may not. I don't know. In any case, and then we got these other cars. We got the Aston, which is a little heavier than I would expected. It's what did I say, 113 grams, and the Corvette C7R was like 103. So it's a little on the heavier side, which is surprising because it doesn't really seem like a very big car. Um, but the finish on this is extraordinary. Uh, the detail within that finish is extraordinary. Just the wheels alone are the modeling on the wheels is really stunning. You are never going to be able to see that on this sort of there. The wheels are kind of like a matte finish. Um, I'll be doing pictures of these guys. Don't worry. I'll put them on Home Racing World's Facebook page and Slot Car Fun and 132 Enthusiasts and wherever else. Probably LEB's page as well. Don't forget to visit LEB Hobbies. And they're having a big Scalextric sale, by the way, a big Scalextric sale. So you want to check that out. Check out LEB Hobbies this weekend. Yeah. So beautiful car. Setting aside the weight on the car, because I don't really blame them for that. Hey Patrick, cheers! Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. An M6, uh, very very nice livery on this M6. Very nice livery. The lights on this car are really good. The wheel detail is really nice. This is an analog car. This is an analog car as well. Um, and I mean, these are some really pretty cars. You could race these together in a GT3 class that was just a Carrera class. I think that would be entirely appropriate. And they do a really nice job with these cars. And these are not expensive cars, guys. These are really excellent cars to start out with. You're looking at sub $50 for a car that has lights with it, and it's a beautiful car. You have the hippie Porsche, very cool, Mark, very cool. Yeah, so there we are. That's the true story this week, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by. If you are so moved, you can send a tip. Tipping is not mandatory, but it is incredibly appreciated. You can send a tip to it's my Buy Me a Coffee page for as little as $5 a month. You can support the stream with a monthly subscription tip here and there, it's very, very welcomed and very much appreciated. I put a few $1,000s of my own money into this, and sinking more money into it probably in the fall when it starts to cool off a little bit. Going to be cleaning out the other side of the garage. I know I promised this before, but it's going to happen. I promise you. And we're going to be doing wood track stuff then too, because I have a small 3-lane wood track. So we're going to be bilingual. We're going to be ambivalent. We're going to speak plastic and wood here on the stream. We do not discriminate. We speak both languages. Anyway, I'm being ridiculous. Thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for the likes, the tips, the shares, the comments. The comments. Comments are great. The views. It really means a lot. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there that's a father. Happy male parental day for everyone that's a male role model to any boy or girl out there, to any child out there. You're doing God's work. I was raised, my dad and I, unfortunately, didn't spend a lot of our lives together. I was raised by multiple father figures, some good, some not, some great. And in any case, if you're a dad, you're doing the thing that you need to be doing. Stand with the family, supporting your family, loving your kids. Everybody, thank you very much, folks. See you all again soon.